Hey guys, it's your course director, Emily Ray here. Just want to give you some positive, productive feedback on these portfolio sites that you submitted. We're going to take a look at 3 in this short review, and we're going to start here with Hayley. So first things first, beautiful design. I've seen it in courses past, and I had the good fortune to see it very early on in this course. I am very pleased to see that you made this slight but very powerful change to make sure that the branding elements here on the homepage really stand out against this background that you've created. As I scroll here, I get to see just a really nice About Me section. The colors and everything just stay beautifully on brand. The alignment is, supportive of, the way users read online. As I scroll down to see your services here, that you are focusing really on the branding, marketing, design aspects, and you give a lot of great copy to tell people sort of, what these different service areas entail, which is great. Scrolling down even more, I love that you include this watercolor tray, which plays in nicely to the other visuals that you offer here. So in the portfolio section, I know you said that you're still, considering adding web design to this, and it seems like you've created a nice system here where you would very easily be able to fold that in. So I'm just going to, click on a few of these, just to showcase how you did a really nice job of both giving this asset a title, but then also gave us more detail in terms of, designing the layout, of this particular magazine. What's great is that it doesn't, leave any questions in our mind about really the full scope of what you did here, like all of the work. I'm going to jump over to this next. So this is your photography, and so this is some headshot work, which is great. And then again, some more photography. So just within these last 2 shots, I can see that, okay, you do photography, and it's not just headshots, but also senior portraits. So you do a nice job of really letting your visitors know the full scope, again, of the work, that you can provide and all of the services there. Just going to jump here to maybe one of your graphic designs. Let's jump in here. So here you did logo design and branding work really for this wellness center. And so, for anybody else who's watching this review, Hayley does a beautiful job of really giving that contextual information, to help us fully understand, what she does. All right, scrolling down, just a simple contact form and other ways that I can connect with you through other social media channels. Hayley, it's a beautiful site, and if there's any questions that you have, or just want to talk through any points, let me know. But overall, I think that this is super strong, and you are well on your way and really close to graduating. So congratulations on all this. Next up, we've got Nicole. So it's cool to see how this design has evolved over time too, and you've incorporated a lot of feedback to really clean up, this iconic pineapple design that you've included here with your branding. So we've got home, about, portfolio, resume, and contact. I'm scrolling down. I like to see that you have your service areas here: advertising, marketing, branding, and social media, and that this is where you're located, which is cool. There's a whimsical touch both to these sort of flourishes and then the same sort of decoration within your typeface for your logo. So definitely see an alignment there of styles. Kind of scrolling down, just kind of want to point out at this point, like, there's nothing here on the screen. Don't know if this, that you're looking to place content here. But as I continue to scroll, it's almost as if there's this whole section that's blank. So you'll definitely want to revisit and take that out, or shift the content to where it needs to be. I'm going to jump to about, and it's going to pull me down to this section. I appreciate the way that you've bordered your image here really nicely with this statement. We see your mission here, and then just a very short little blurb about you. This is very balanced, and it looks very clean. Scrolling down again, wondering about this big space here, because there are kind of these large sections with nothingness. So you'll definitely want to adjust that to kind of bring everything in a bit more. So it's a bit more cohesive. Going to jump to portfolio here, and I'm going to click on one of these. And so what we see is site development, Belverde company. So I would go ahead and say website development, and then the other thing that I would do is give a link so that someone could see the full site if they want to, because you're not just creating something that looks really beautiful in websites, you're also creating something that's functional and that has to provide a good user experience. So giving someone a link to explore that would be helpful there. I'm gonna, let's see, jump over to, let's go to this one. So here we have logo designs for Spoon's Breakfast Bar. What I might do is maybe flip these two things, and I would say Spoon's Breakfast Bar branding, and then give like a description. I designed logo, signage, menus, whatever you did for this particular client, and give us sort of the full scope, because in your branding project you might have done more than just logo design. Scrolling down, again, these large areas of emptiness are something that you'll want to address. And then we've got your contact information. I didn't see the resume. Let me jump back. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of a unexpected turn, because you've created this one-page style whereby everything is scrolling down, and so I almost just assumed that if I continued to scroll that I would see that resume, but I'm not. And so when I click on it, it takes me kind of away from this system that you've designed. My recommendation would maybe be to, instead of kind of having this separate, maybe have a section, maybe a button per se, in this about area that says, view full resume. And then maybe that, since I'm not sure, because when I click on this, I'm not sure if it's a PDF. It seems like maybe it is, although like I can't highlight the words, which makes me question, like, is this a document with selectable text, meaning I could highlight, copy, and paste it, or is it an image? And if it's an image, that's an issue, because then this content is not able to be indexed by search engines, which is something that's very, very important. So again, like, my recommendation is in the About section. Say something like download my full resume or review my full resume. Have that open in a new window in the PDF format, not as an image itself. And then last but not least, we've got this contact area, which you have the social media connecting us to various places online where we can get in touch, which is great. Send me a message today, but about what? What kinds of collaborations, what kind of projects, who are you looking to help? If you could make that clearer here, you're likely to get more targeted, contact from people. Overall, Nicole, excited to see how this is evolving. So we have, one question I do have for you is, we've got the, this sort of standard design, but then when we're on the resume, it's been updated to this. So my recommendation is that it should go one way or the other. And so if this is what you're going with as kind of like the evolved brand, because I know you said you're incorporating feedback from the website, then this would be something you'd want to carry over. But, just with a few tweaks here, you're going to have a really strong portfolio on your hands. And then last but not least, we have the website of Andrea. So I definitely remember this for its colorful, clean impression that it made on me. So we've got your branding information up here. It's very consistent with what I saw in your resume and a lot of other things that you do. So you have that definitely on point. And then the contact information up here, so I can very quickly see that you are a designer and that that's the way I can get in touch. You don't make me work for it, and I appreciate that here on your site. So I get this little bit of about you, a fun picture. Love that this is in the circle, because that matches what you have going on here with the design. Going to jump over to your resume, and you've done a nice job of really just organizing this in a beautifully scannable way, and in that way it's very usable, and knowing that your audience will absorb information in that F-shaped pattern. You've done a really nice job presenting your content that way. Jumping over to portfolio, I'm going to go to print first. So here we've got some of your advertisements, banners, etc. I'm just going to go ahead and click on one. As it opens up sort of in a light box effect, we can see sort of more of like the full scope of what it is that you designed. And then I like that it's got a title, and then you tell me more context about the project, that you created it for this industry and that you use these tools. All of that is great keyword rich content that lets people know not only can you create an effective layout, but you know how to use sophisticated tools like Photoshop and InDesign. I'm going to close this out and check out something else in your portfolio here. Let's go to other. So as I get here, okay, so we've got photo manipulation, software designs, etc. Let's jump over to this one and see what we've got. So you created a logo, for pretty much this giveaway at a conference. So this is cool to see, but what I'm noticing about this one, which is kind of just I just chose this at random. It seems like maybe you uploaded a PNG here that didn't have a background to it. And so for that reason, when it opens up in this light box, which is a dark background, and we have the black text with no background color, it was just totally transparent. It really affects our visibility of this particular piece. So definitely something you want to revisit each of your assets here and make sure that when you open them up in this light box format, that it is going to display the way that you intend for sure. And then last but not least, kind of scrolling up here, I'm going to check out the bio. So it just gives me a little bit more background information about you and the ways to contact. All this is really great. I mean, I want to high five you as well, just for the way that you've continued to evolve and develop this over time. You guys are so close to graduation now, only one more portfolio to go, and I am very pleased to the extent that you will be ready to leverage these assets and tools that you've created to continue along your professional paths. If you guys have any questions, let me know.